Hey, what's up, y'all? I just wanted to take a second to talk to y'all a little bit more about immigration, as you know I tend to do. I just want to give you a perspective that I've come upon listening to an activist, elder in Southern California, by the name of Ted Hayes. And Ted Hayes brought up something that made me think about another angle when you consider particularly illegal immigration, but just immigration policies in general. So in the past, I've talked to you guys about the impact of immigration on African Americans and how the more people come in here, the more people that come in the country kind of suppress African American life further and further down. So the more people come in, the further down we get pushed. But I want you to think about it from this perspective, particularly as it pertains to illegal immigrants. So citizenship has a certain value, right? Just like we understand that money has a certain value. Citizenship itself has a certain value, and it means something to be an American citizen. That's why people want to come here, right? People want to come here because it means something for their life and their future progeny to be a citizen of America, right? To come here, to have your children born here, that means something in the world. And understand, it means something in the world because of slavery, right? That slavery has made American citizenship come to mean something. And so you would think that with that being the case, then who citizenship would mean the most for would be the predecessors of slaves, right? The progeny of slaves. You would think that it would mean the most to us, but that is not the case. We are just as, if not more, marginalized as a group, not individuals, as a group, uh, than we were. I wouldn't say in slavery, but after slavery. Say like right after slavery and Jim Crow and the what they call the the prison industrial complex, like all these things, what all these things have meant for us. But so when you talk about citizenship, what are you talking about, right? You're talking about access to government facilities, access to financial support from the government based on the taxation. There are certain things that uh, citizens gain from having citizenship. So what do you think happens, and who do you think it happens to when the citizenship is compromised? In other words, when citizenship is stolen, who pays the price? Right? We know how crime works in America. And whenever crime takes place in America, blacks tend to get the brunt of the cost of the crime. So when drugs come into America, it disproportionately impacts the black community. So what do you think happens to the value? So when illegal people come in America and take the benefits, who do you think they're taking them from? They're not taking them from the white liberals who support these sanctuary cities and these illegal immigrants, right? They're not concerned about your citizenship, black man and woman. They're not concerned about your citizenship because if you live in Beverly Hills, this is not going to be a problem for you. In fact, it's going to be a benefit from you, right? And but if you live in South Central, it's going to be a problem for you. Yep, it's going to be a problem for you because the compromise of the citizenship is going to have the greatest impact on the most vulnerable citizens currently, right? So citizenship protects all Americans, um, but it doesn't protect all Americans the same. And so African Americans, as a result of 400 years of slavery, right? We're just going to call it 400 years of slavery. As a result of 400 years of slavery, African Americans have remained the most vulnerable citizens. So Malcolm says second class citizenship. So when you have second class citizenship, this is a condition of African Americans, and then you have illegal immigrants come in, what do you think that does to your second class citizenship? You think You think them coming in puts you into a first class citizen? Do you think them coming in maintains your status as a second class citizen? What do you think happens when other people come in and steal the benefits of being American? Who do you think is going to have the greatest impact on? And that's something you need to think about when you standing up for these people who really don't care about the impact that it has on you, while you care about the impact of them not being able to come here has on them. You think about them, and I keep telling you, you put them first and they put you last. They don't care the impact they have on you. They don't even want to hear it. All the sympathy that is given to them, and there's no consideration or sympathy garnered towards you and your condition. And listen, these people aren't going to come and live in the nicest neighborhoods. They're coming in your neighborhoods. They're coming in your communities, and they're going to displace you. You will soon be out. I don't know where you're going, but you're going to be out. And it looks like what has happened in the past is, particularly for black men, the cemetery and jail. Now, you may think that immigration has nothing to do with the cemetery and jail, but you need to understand, when you're fighting for scraps at the bottom, the more people who come in, the more desperate you get because you at the bottom. They're climbing over you, right? Because they have an economic base where they come from that they can utilize to take advantage of the illegal citizenship. It's an illegal citizenship because they have the benefits, right? You can't turn them away in the hospital, but that raises the cost. And when you raise the cost, who does it have the impact on? Who does it impact when you have to raise healthcare costs because of illegal immigrants, right? The last thing I'm going to talk about, and just last couple minutes, I just want to talk about the people saying that who's going to do whatever these jobs are. The first thing is the reason no one will do the job isn't because of the job. There are jobs that are far more dangerous and far more risky that plenty of American men do every day, right? I don't hear nobody asking who's going to come and collect your garbage, right? Nobody asks who's going to come and collect your garbage, right? Nobody asks who's going to work on your sewer system, right? Your shithole. Nobody asks that. Nobody asks who's working in the coal mines. You know why? Because we understand that these are difficult and risky jobs, and they pay as a result of being difficult and risky. And so what I'm saying is, the reason nobody will pick greens is because nobody's going to do it for $2 or $3 an hour, right? They are suppressing wages. The cost to pick greens is the problem, not the picking of the greens. It's not that you can't get Americans to pick greens. You can't get Americans to pick greens for what they're paying illegal immigrants. That's the benefit of them being here illegal. They're low-skilled, no-skilled workers, and they'll work under the table for much less than what they would have to pay Americans to do. Which is interesting given that they keep talking about raising minimum wage, which again displaces you. But just some things that we need to think about when you talk about crime, because illegal immigration is a crime. Illegal immigrants have committed a crime, and you are paying the cost of that crime. Nobody else. Not capitalists, not wealthy people. You pay the cost for that crime of illegal immigration. You pay the cost. Black people, you pay the cost for this. And you need to be able to see that because it impacts your life and the choices that you're going to be able to make for your life. There's some places you can't get a job making $12 an hour, $13 an hour, and that ain't a whole lot of money. But the point is, they ain't paying $12 or $13 an hour to pick tomatoes or greens or whatever job you think they're doing that Americans won't do. The reason Americans won't do it is because they won't do it for the price that you can pay illegal people to do it for, without the benefits, right? Paying them under the table. It's supporting slave wages compared to what the American wage is, given the health care and all of those things. So just some things to think about when you hear people talking about these, when you hear people having these arguments that are really nonsensical, but they're emotionally laden. right? The arguments, is sophistry. It's designed to tug at your heartstrings to make you have compassion for people that don't have compassion for you. They don't care what the impact is on you. Black people should really, immigration is a topic that black people really need to be focused on, given their condition in America. And I've said this before. If our condition ain't straight, nobody should come here. Nobody should come here if our condition ain't straight. And our condition is not straight. Other people don't come to America and have to suffer the life that we have to suffer. St. Louis, already at 27 homicide. Baltimore, already at 51 homicide. Chicago, already at 103 homicide. This is black men dying on the street because of the depressed circumstances of their citizenships, that they haven't gotten full citizenship. That we still operate in America as second-class citizens, but we're talking about other people's immigration status. That's foolishness. We don't need to be talking about immigration until we get our stuff right. And our stuff ain't making the news. You can't tell me right now how many black men, as of February 27th, are dead already in America. You don't know. It's known, but you don't know. Because it's big business. I told you before. The average cost is $1.7 million per homicide. You are the fodder for this economic system that was built on the back of our predecessors, of our ancestors. Thank you.